And one forward, 6'8", from South Alabama, number 33, Terry Catlett. At the other forward, 6'5", from Jacksonville, number 32, Otis Smith. At center, 6'11", from DePaul, number 40, Dave Corzine. At one guard, 6'2", from Michigan State, number 11, Sam Vincent. And ladies and gentlemen, celebrating his 32nd birthday tonight, a 6'7" guard from UNLV, number 24, Reggie Theus. The Magic are coached by Matt Gukas, the assistants Bob Weiss and John Gabriel. The trainer is Lenny Courier. The officials tonight from the National Basketball Association, number 25, Hugh Evans, number 46, Hank Armstrong, and number 47, Pete Quinn.
There's the Pistons starting lineup. Joe Dumars, the MVP of the NBA Finals. 27 points a game as the Pistons just swept the bruised and battered LA Lakers. And he no longer can claim the Rodney Dangerfield Award as getting no respect in the backcourt.
Well, he had to work hard to get rid of that stigma that he had, that he didn't get a lot of respect. But he has proven to people that he is a legitimate NBA guard and played extremely well in the playoffs last season.
Well, the NBA is off and running here in Orlando. The Pistons win the tip. This is Isaiah Thomas guarded by Sam Vincent, a pair of number 11s there. Isaiah in the lane, fires, gets the roll. So the Pistons score the first ever bucket in NBA action here at the Orlando Arena. Detroit up 2-0. This is Otis Smith out of Jacksonville. Otis works against Aguirre, drives baseline from 8 feet. Otis Smith hits.
Well, that's the way he's been playing all training camp long. He has played extremely well.
And back quickly come the Pistons. Isaiah hits John Sally, the Spider, and he slam dunks.
Well, that is something that we'll see a lot of this season because Isaiah pushes the ball down the floor as well as anyone.
It's 4-2 as Catlett fires an air ball. Corzine fights and gets the rebound. There's Reggie. Baby hook. Got it.
Nice effort by Corzine that time, stepping in to come up with that loose ball offensive rebound. And, of course, you give the ball to Reggie Theus about anywhere on the floor. You can count on him for scoring.
He's a scoring machine. Tied at 4, our score. 10:56 to go, first period. Jack Evans, Chip Carey with you. We've got a whistle. They'll call Reggie Theus for an illegal screen against Joe Dumars. That's Reggie's first, team's first.
Well, he understands how great a shooter Dumars really is, and he knows that he has to stay close to him because if you give him any daylight at all, he's capable of putting the ball in the basket.
Here's Mark Aguirre guarded by Otis Smith. Aguirre came over in that blockbuster trade for Adrian Dantley. Off-balance shot. Corzine with a rebound. This is Sam Vincent, formerly of Boston, the only rookie member of the Celtics' 1985 championship team. Otis finds Corzine. A little creativity there.
Well, that's one of the things that Matty Gukas has really been impressed with is the fact that Otis Smith can do a lot more than just score points, as he showed on that play.
That's the first lead in Magic history. It's 6-4. Terry Catlett's the rebound. 10:18 to go, first period. Vincent quickly back, drives the lane, draws the foul. And it's on the baddest bad boy of them all, Bill Laimbeer.
Foul is on number 11, Isaiah Thomas.
Well, they're going to give Thomas the call right here. You'll see him get Vincent across the arm as he goes to the basket. Of course, Corzine right there, Laimbeer right there. He usually comes over and likes to help from the weak side defensive position. But we saw on that play right there the style of basketball that Matty Gukas wants his team playing. Running the fast break and getting the easy baskets.
Or getting the foul, which Isaiah Thomas picked up. That's his first. Sam, an 82.2% free throw shooter last year. He got them both. Orlando has a 4-point lead, their biggest of the game. 10-12 to go in the first. There's Dumars from 18.5. He got it. That's what he did in the finals, Jack.
Well, he just didn't hesitate on the shot. He caught the basketball, looked Reggie right in the eyes, and went up to score the 2 points.
This is Terry Catlett. That's where he likes to work, but he shot it short. Laimbeer corralled the rebound. Here's Dumars in the lane. No. Corzine, another rebound. Quick outlet to Vincent. This is Matty Gukas' style. Theus in the lane.
Fast break basketball at its best.
It's 10-6. 9:32 to go. Dumars off a screen. Thomas didn't see him. Here's Lambier.
Detroit runs a lot of screens along the baseline.
Isaiah hits the first three-pointer in the Orlando arena as far as NBA action's concerned, and Detroit cuts the lead to 1. He got a nice screen from Lambier, too. This is Otis from 19. He fired at 20. John Sally, the Spider out of Georgia Tech, with the board. Isaiah lets fly from 18. He doesn't get the roll this time. He got it the first one he shot. Catledge with a strong rebound.
Well, you always have to be concerned with that backcourt of Detroit. Those guys have freedom to pull up and shoot the shot anytime.
Otis tried a three-pointer himself, and he fired an air ball. The Pistons do so many things so well. Lambier can post up inside. He can also back off and hit the long-range shot like Joe Dumars did just there. And they really can create havoc offensively and defensively.
Well, as I say, those guards have the freedom to pull up and shoot the jump shot anytime they want it. They know that they have those big guys down low that are capable of getting the rebound.
Otis Smith misfires. Sally the rebound. Fast break for Joe Dumars, and Catledge watches him blow by. Well, that's what Matty Gukas would like to see his team do.
Well, he wants to definitely get back and not allow teams to run out on him as they did that time.
And Nick Anderson, the Magic first-round draft choice, the first ever draft choice of the Magic, replaces Reggie Theus in the lineup. No, there's Reggie Theus. My mistake. Reggie buries the long jumper. Nick Anderson replaced Otis Smith in the lineup.
Yeah, Otis missed a couple wide-open jump shots, and Nick Anderson, of course, is an excellent outside shooter.
As is Joe Dumars. That's his sixth point of the game. Detroit shooting 60% from the floor. Reggie finds Nick.
Well, that's what Anderson can do for you. With that body, 6'6", he runs the floor extremely well, and once he gets an open shot to the basket, you can look for him to make most of those.
And not a bad way for a rookie to start. His first shot goes into the hole. Isaiah Thomas fires a brick. Here's Sam Vincent. He finds Catledge. Terry from 8. Got it.
Well, the fast break that time, Orlando doing what they want to do offensively, and that is get open shots for people out of their offense. And anytime they can run the fast break, as they did that time, they will do it.
And the Magic has the lead. You saw the time. Lambier, as we said just a moment ago, from outside. The baddest bad boy of them all. He's not a popular player in this league.
Well, he's not popular for a lot of reasons, but one reason that he's not popular is that he does what he did just that time, and that is pull up and shoot the jump shot and hit it consistently, and he brings the big man out on the floor as he did with Corzine that time.
Here's Nick Anderson, guarded by Aguirre. 9 on the shot clock. Nick from 8 fires, and he got fouled.
Well, Aguirre got him across the arm. He understands that he did that. Of course, he talks to the official that he didn't. He feels like with his experience, he should be able to take advantage of the rookie. But here's Nick Anderson going along the baseline, and Aguirre's going to get him across the arm right there. The official right on top of the play. A good call.
When you're a rookie coming into the league, do you have a tendency to shy away when you're playing these big-name players?
Well, sometimes you do that, but what you have to do as a rookie is to just don't think of these guys. These are guys that he's looked at, Nick Anderson has looked at and wanted to be like for a long time. Now he's here. He has to start thinking on the same level as they do.
Nick with a horrible second free throw. He hit 1 out of 2. The Magic tied at 17. Sidney Green into the lineup for the Magic.
Tells you a little bit about what opening night is like for a rookie. Nick Anderson makes the first one and shoots an air ball on the second.
You never did that when you were with Atlanta, did you?
I'm not going to tell you if I did. That's one thing for sure.
Here's Isaiah Thomas. We're all tied at 17. Joe Dumars, the wide open jumper, and you can't leave him alone.
Man, such great form on the jump shot.
It's 19-17. You see the score. This is Sam Vincent. Fakes and fires. Nick fights for the rebound. It's finally picked up by Sidney Green. Isaiah knocks it away. Good defensive play by Isaiah. But Sam Vincent didn't give up. Reggie for 3. No. The crowd so desperately would love to see Reggie nail one of those three-pointers.
I like watching Detroit play. You see how they just love to get out on the fast break, and when you've played with each other as long as this team has, you can create a lot of stuff off the fast break, as Dumars and Isaiah Thomas has done so far here in the first quarter.
It's 19-17. Dumars again. That's 2 in a row. Somebody stop this guy.
Well, they're setting screens for him along the baseline, and Reggie Theus is doing a good job staying with him, but Dumars has the choice as to which side he wants to come out for the shot.
Here's Nick Anderson. Nice shot there. It's 21-19 Detroit. Aguirre got hacked by Nick.
Well, I could see that play developing. I looked at I saw the look in Aguirre's face as he was running down the floor. He knew right now that he had to come in and make sure that this rookie, Nick Anderson, didn't think that he could take advantage of him, as he's done a couple times on the offensive end. You see Aguirre right there just taking the ball to the basket. He knew that Nick Anderson was on his back, and anytime you allow Aguirre to catch the ball down low, as he did that time, look for him to score 2 points or get fouled.
Is offense or defense, you think, the toughest thing to learn in this league?
Oh, without a question, defense. It's so unusual, the talent that you have to play against as a rookie night in and night out. You, coming out of college, you are the star player, but now in the NBA, everyone is good, and it's very difficult to get used to that.
Well, Detroit rebuilds its biggest lead of the game at 4 points. Nick drove the lane and got hammered. Let's see who they call this on.
The foul is on number 22, John Sally.
It's on the Spider, John Sally.
Third team foul.
Well, give Nick Anderson credit, though, of taking that ball to the basket down there among the big trees, Sally and Bill Lambert. You're going to see him beat Aguirre off the dribble. Here he is. He just uses his body well, and Sally gets him across the arm.
That free throw a little bit better than his second one. Nick buried it.
Well, you can rest assured that he's not going to shoot another air ball. He will bank it off the backboard to keep from doing that.
Nick has 6. He still has 6, but gets his own rebound. Finds Akers. Akers has it rejected and gets his own rebound. Backs in, and they'll call the offensive foul. Matty Gukas can't believe it. Neither can Akers.
Well, of course, Akers wanted the foul on John Sally with the trip to the basket right here. There's the charge right there, and Sally last year had 72 blocks on the season, so he is a good shot blocker.
We've called him the Spider a couple of times. That's because he's got those long, spindly arms, and he can really give you some trouble with that wingspan. Lambert has it rattle out on him.
Oh, I did everything except go down.
It's 23-20 Detroit. Sidney cuts it to a 1-point lead.
Sidney Green has been shooting a lot of in practice from 15 to 18 feet. He's trying to develop a little bit of the outside jump shot.
4:40 to go in the first. This is Isaiah Thomas, guarded by Moreland Wiley, who just came into the game. Isaiah finds Lambert as the Detroit Pistons use the passing game. Sally forces it, and he got fouled.
Sally, with those long arms, as you said, is able to do a lot of things, and Nick Anderson picks up his second foul. And once again, defense is the hardest thing that a rookie has to learn, and that time he had too much arm trying to block the shot of John Sally.
As you said, Nick's got 2 fouls. That's 3 on the Magic team.
Detroit substitution number 2.
Sally just a 69% free throw shooter. And Dennis Rodman, the man they call the Worm, will wiggle for us here in Orlando.
Well, not many teams get better when they bring in guys off the bench, and that's not to take anything away from Mark Aguirre, but that's just to say that Dennis Rodman, first team all defense last season, is a great basketball player.
And one of the even better players off the bench for Detroit isn't even here. Vinnie Johnson with a cracked rib won't play for at least a couple of weeks. That's Otis Smith. And they call another offensive foul.
Offensive foul on number 32, Otis Smith.
Well, Otis Smith trying to create something down along the baseline. Good defense that time by Detroit. The Magic now with a small lineup in there. Sidney Green and Mark Akers are the 2 tall players with Nick Anderson and Otis Smith. Anderson now moves out to the second guard spot.
Reggie Fox and David Greenwood check into the game for the Pistons. Fox, one of 3 guards trying to make this Pistons team. He finds Dumars, who can't get it to rattle in, but Fox followed. So did Rodman, who's a great offensive rebounder, and he got nailed.
Well, and Anderson picks up his third personal foul.
His third, fourth.
As we said, defense is awfully tough to learn in this league, and you've told me this before. When you're a rookie, you don't get the calls that sometimes the big name guys get.
Well, one thing that happens when you're a rookie is that you try a little bit too hard. You understand that defense is the most difficult part of the game, so you try a little bit too hard. Ansley's going to come in, and Nick Anderson, unfortunately for the Magic, is going to have to go out because he was hot offensively, but he picked up his 3rd foul.
Michael Ansley, the Magic's 2nd-round draft pick into the game now, as Fox hits both free throws. Detroit again matches a 4-point lead with 4 minutes to go in the first. This is Mark Akers, guarded by Lambier. This is Ansley. Fakes, fires, didn't get it, but paid the price.
Well, good job by Ansley with the pump fake to get Bill Lambier up in the air, up under the basket, used his body to draw the foul.
That's the man upon whom the foul will fall.
You're going to see Ansley right here. Watch the ball fake to get Lambier up in the air, and of course Lambier wants to make sure that the rookie doesn't make this shot, so he did commit the foul.
Ansley misses the first free throw. He was an outstanding player at the University of Alabama. As James Edwards steps into the game for Lambier.
Once again, I talk about the second string for Detroit when they bring those guys like Rodman and Edwards. David Greenwood now bring him in off the bench. They really don't lose a whole lot. Vinnie Johnson normally is in as one of the first guards off the bench. He's not here tonight. He's out injured.
Again, the Pistons no longer call themselves the Bad Boys after losing Rick Mahorn in the expansion draft. They tried to sign John Koncak of Atlanta. They offered him $2.5 million a year to come play in Detroit. And now they think they'll stick with David Greenwood and Scott Hastings, who played last year in Miami at the big forward position.
Well, Wiley loves to play the man-to-man defense. Look at him right there.
Fox wiggles free with 9 on the shot clock. Greenwood with the offensive rebound got fouled. You played against him once.
Well, I played against Greenwood. I played against him, of course, in the NBA, but played against him also in college. They beat us in the NCAA Finals back in 1975. But Greenwood has always been an excellent offensive rebounder. Pushed off a little bit right there. Got away with one. There he is with the pump fake to get Sidney Green up in the air, and Green commits the foul.
Greenwood out of UCLA, played 10 years. Chuck Daly needs some production out of him now that Rick Mahorn is no longer with his ball club.
Well, Chuck Daly has really been successful. 319 and 214 in Detroit and Cleveland as head coach. Very successful with this program. Already the winningest coach in Detroit history. Or close to becoming the winningest coach.
You saw the score. There's the time left. As Otis Smith drives, creates, and gets the bucket.
What a move that time by Smith. Of course, he creates the foul by using his body very well. Just kept that ball moving around and threw up a prayer and got it answered right here. He knows he's going to get hacked. He understands that the foul's going to come, but still he takes the ball onto the basket. Nice soft touch to get it to bounce off the rim to go down.
Otis, as you see, out of Jacksonville. Gets the free throw, and the Magic have cut the Pistons' lead to 2. A crushing pick by James Edwards in the backcourt on Wiley, but Moreland's all right. This is Greenwood. That's Dennis Rodman. Here's Edwards. Into the lane with a hook. Lost control of it on the way up. Fox the rebound. The shot clock resets. 20 seconds to go. Detroit will reset its offense. Look at the defense by Wiley, Jack.
Well, he just aggravates the guard that he is on right here. Fox just simply having a hard time.
Rodman over 2 defenders. Sidney Green the rebound. And here's Wiley. The Magic can tie with a bucket here. Akers in the paint. Turnaround jumper. It's blocked. No, they call a foul. And Detroit calls timeout. With 2:36 to go in the first, the Magic are playing basketball. Detroit leads it 27-25. We'll be back. If you'd like to know why Detroit's called the Bad Boys, take a look at this pick.
Well, this is a legal play. I mean, if all the stuff that they did or that they're accused of doing was this legal, they wouldn't have that reputation. But they're welcoming Moreland Wiley to the Detroit style of basketball.
If you like hits like that, we've got more for you tomorrow. Florida State takes on the Virginia Tech Hokies. Virginia Tech knocked off West Virginia. This should be a heck of a test for Bobby Bowden's club. Live tomorrow on the Sunshine Network at 12 o'clock Eastern. Don't miss all the exciting college football action.
James Edwards, his first penalty situation in effect.
Back here on the court at the Orlando Arena, Mark Akers will head to the line to shoot 2. Both teams in the penalty with 2:36 to go here in the first quarter. You see the score. The Pistons have the lead. Mark Akers, who played in Europe for the past couple of years, played with Boston also. His dad was a coach at Oral Roberts, had a fine college career. Detroit by 2, 28-26, and look at Wiley go at it again. Akers almost the steal.
Well, Wiley, the defense starts with the guards. There's no question about that. And you've noticed the pickup in tempo since Morland Wiley has been on the floor. Tempo defensive-wise, I mean, by the Orlando Magic. Everyone seems to be up playing aggressive man-to-man defense.
They call the push on Otis Smith, and he can't believe it. Neither can the crowd, and Matty Gukas is beside himself.
Well, once again, that pressure defense, and I thought that Otis Smith made a pretty good play that time. Here it is right here. Let's see if he grabs him around the waist. Man,
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. Nice defensive play that time by Otis Smith, but he's going to get called with the foul, and he will have to go out of the basketball game.
Dumars with 12 points, bids for his 13th on the 13th, and it doesn't go in.
Substitution number 24, Reggie Theus replacing Otis Smith.
Reggie Theus replaces Otis Smith in the Magic lineup. Detroit has the lead. It's Michael Ansley. A wild pass intended for Sidney Green. It sailed way over his head.
Well, you can expect the rookie to make some more mistakes like that. Of course, not a lot of pressure that time defensively. Just a little bit anxious. Of course, not a lot of pressure that time defensively. Just a little bit anxious to make something good happen, and he sailed the ball right out of bounds.
Isaiah Thomas set to come back in for Detroit. As Fox works against Wiley. And a steal by Akers. Here's Moreland.
Well, that's what defense will do for you. It's no question that Morland Wiley caused that turnover by putting the pressure defensively. Fox really having to work probably harder than he's had to work at any time in training camp so far.
The Magic have their second lead of the game. It's by 1. Edwards against Akers. That's a tough shot. And Sidney Green and Rodman go at it. And so does Greenwood.
Well, Greenwood stepped in to try to break it up, and like what happens so many times, he is the one that gets pushed and upset with the action that happened against him that time. Here's the action up under the basket, and this is just the way. Oh, and look at Rodman with the elbow right in the face.
A technical foul has been called on number 21.
And they call a technical on Sidney Green. And Matty Gukas is not happy, and neither is Reggie.
Well, Reggie trying to explain to the official that that's the reason why Sidney Green was upset, because he got the forearm right in the face, and we saw it on the replay that time.
So Sidney picks up the technical. Dumars sank the free throw. Detroit may not call themselves the bad boys, but they're doing nothing to change that impression in the preseason.
You're right about that.
1:51 to go in the first. Isaiah Thomas back into the game for the Pistons. Detroit leads it by 2, 31-29. Here's Reggie working against Fox. Ansley in the low post against Rodman, has it stripped away. Detroit is such a good defensive club.
Well, too much dribbling that time by
Isaiah, the block by Mark Akers. Here's Reggie. To Ansley. He gets the roll.
Well, nice job running the floor by Michael Ansley that time. Filling the fast break. Reggie Theus, of course, with the nice no-look pass to get the rookie an easy 2 points.
If nothing else, Orlando has earned the Pistons' respect so far. We're tied with 1:10 to go. Edwards on the baseline over Akers. No. Fast break to Wiley. It's 2-on-2, and he loses control.
Well, that's one thing that happens when you run the fast break. Sometimes you get a little bit out of control, and that's what happened when the pass to Wiley. Isaiah Thomas made a good defensive play to come up from behind and knock that one away.
This is Rodman to Greenwood against Green. He leans in and fires. Count the bucket.
Basket for David Greenwood.
That's a veteran play there, Jack.
Well, of course, Green, a veteran also, and he's wondering what he did wrong that time.
His second.
Terry Catledge up off the bench. He's going to come in. Sidney Green picks up his second foul, so he will exit the lineup. But once again, Sidney Green just the recipient of a tough call.
And the Catman, Terry Catledge, comes into the ball game for Sidney. Catledge has been very impressive in the preseason scrimmages, at least, at the downtown Orlando Recreational Complex. He's averaged over 20 points a game and has been a great force inside. Pistons by 2. We're under a minute. Wiley fires, misses. Rodman to Edwards. 30 seconds to go in the first period. Rodman fights for the offensive rebound, and they call him for the foul.
Rodman is so active. Boy, he's got that active, lively body, always in there up under the basket going for the offensive rebounds. One of the only players off the bench last year to get over 300 rebounds. So that tells you a little bit about what he can do coming off the bench.
He played at that basketball powerhouse, Southeast Oklahoma State.
Well, he was a surprise, no question about it. And Chuck Daly and his staff has to be pleased with what they got in the draft when they got Rodman.
Both teams in the penalty, as we said. Terry Catledge, not a very good free throw shooter for his career or last year. But he gets both, and we're tied with 27 seconds to go in the first period. "17 seconds to go. Detroit can run it down to about 3 on the time clock. Fox 4-3. Doesn't get it. Akers fights for and loses the rebound. Edwards cleans up the garbage. A tough break for Akers.
Well, it was, and Akers, of course, is going to be called on to get those rebounds as he did that time.
Ainsley with a second left hits, and Isaiah will fire. It's no good, and we're tied after 1 in Orlando, and listen to the crowd. We're rocking and rolling in Orlando. After 1, your score, Detroit 35, the Magic 35. We'll be back. Coming up on October 22nd, don't miss the Chris Everett Pro Celebrity Classic live from Boca Raton, Florida. I thought she retired, Jack.
Well, she's still playing a few matches. I think you'll see a lot of her before it's over with.
Reggie Theus spins, fires.
Oh, boy, what a shot. He has the ability to take a player one-on-one and do things just as he did that time.
Magic lead it 37-35. Jack Evans, Chip Carey with you from the beautiful Orlando Arena. Hope you're enjoying the action tonight. The first NBA game here in the brand new facility.
Well, the Magic shooting extremely well before that shot by Reggie Theus. At the end of the break, they were shooting right at 52%. Detroit shooting at 43% after starting off the quarter very, very hot.
The foul went against Fox. That's his first, the team's first in the period.
Players pointing to the Nets. The Nets got stuck up on that shot by Reggie Theus a minute or so ago.
Well, he's been sizzling the rim and the Nets. And Magic, as we've said, are counting on him to have an outstanding year. He slumped a little bit in Atlanta, was criticized for not being a team player, but so far in camp he's shown his ability to be a leader and be a real team player in Orlando.
Well, he's loving the role that he has been given here in Orlando, and that is to be the team leader, make sure that he takes on the leadership not only in scoring but in actions on the floor also.
Mark Aguirre into the game as Rodman picks up the personal foul, the second on Detroit in the period. Maybe the officials are going to slow things down a little bit and get the game back under control.
Well, there is a lot of action, and anytime you play against Detroit, you have to be aware of the fact that they do have the reputation of getting in a few fights or whatever on the floor, so they will be watching for that.
Rodman beat Theus. We're tied at 37, 11 minutes to go in the first half.
See Rodman guarding Reggie Theus right now. Let's keep an eye on that matchup. Catledge also is capable of stepping out and shooting the 15-foot jump shot. And that's one thing that he has worked on also.
Bob Weiss and Matty Gukas shouting defensive instructions for the Magic. Scott Skiles into the game guarding Thomas. This is Aguirre. Fakes Ainsley out of his shoes and hits.
Mark Aguirre.
Well, the only way to stop him is to not let him catch the ball on the low post. Once he gets it, he has that experience and the capability of making good things happen.
Orlando's had a little trouble hanging on to the basketball, but so far it hasn't hurt him on the scoreboard. Ainsley misfires. Edwards the rebound. We've got a whistle.
Well, Edwards over the back that time. Of course, he didn't like the call. He thought he had the basketball, and look at Chuck Daly on the sideline. But Terry Catlett, you don't just go up and get the basketball over him unless you do some pushing. He is very strong down there. Watch his positioning on the defensive boards right here. Edwards is going to go up over the back. There he is right there. It's very difficult to go up like that and not commit the foul.
What amazes me so far is that even though this is just an exhibition game, there's so much intensity on both sides.
Pride. It's all about pride, and when you get in any sport on the professional level, you don't want to be made to look bad.
Catlett on a nice pass from Turner. They'll call the goaltend on Rodman, who really got up.
Once again, Catlett with that strong body down low. Once he catches it, you're going to see him making the strong move to the basket. Rodman's going to come over and touch it on the way down and give Catlett credit with the basket.
I don't know about that one. It looked like it was still on his way up. This is Aguirre over Akers. He fired an air ball. Catlett, a pass that was too quick as Isaiah picked it off, and Edwards bangs it home.
From Isaiah Thomas.
Well, Catlett was about to fall out of bounds on that play, and he saved it in. Thomas did a good job coming up to pick that pass off.
We're tied at 41. Ball on the floor. Scott Hastings, who played in Miami last year, is corralled by Jeff Turner.
You saw Hastings give up his body that time to get down on the floor for that loose ball. Turner just right there and did the right thing, and that's get down there with him. You're going to see Ansley go for the basketball, but there's Hastings coming in, and boy, he took off from under the basket to come and get that one. You think that ball's not valuable?
It is, and the Pistons pick it up. 41 all, 9:23 to go in the second. Detroit sticking with some of their top guns. They weren't expected to do that tonight.
Well, I don't know that they expected the game to be this close.
Rodman loses control, regains it, and they call a travel on him.
Exactly. He cannot come up and catch the ball once he goes up for the shot as it did before the ball hits the floor, and he did that, so that constitutes a traveling violation.
Otis Smith will come back into the game as Michael Ansley takes a breather. Otis was red hot early on in the ball game and has played well tonight.
Well, with this lineup in there, it's going to be important for the Magic to look for Reggie Theus to try to get him involved in the offense and try to come up with some easy shots.
Turner with the left hand fired an air ball. Reggie got hit off a screen. He was shaking his funny bone on the right hand. Thomas drives and got fouled.
Scott Skiles trying to pick him up. A little bit of difference there in the foot quickness with those two players, but Skiles is an excellent defensive player. He picked up Isaiah Thomas going to the basket and did commit the foul.
Isaiah Thomas, out of the Hoosier State, has become an author and a father and an NBA champion all in the same year.
A lot of success with that book he wrote, Bad Boys. A lot of copies sold for him on that.
Interesting book inside the walls of the asylum in Detroit, as it were. 43-41, Pistons on top. This is Skiles into the lane. Got it and the foul.
Well, I saw Hastings running down the floor. I was just about ready to lose it because I thought they were going to call an offensive foul with looking at Hastings' reaction. Here's Skiles going to the basket. He's going to arch this ball very high so that he won't get it blocked. And Skiles stepped up, Hastings stepped up and committed the foul.
Sam Vincent replaces Reggie Theus. Lenny Courier, the Magic trainer, along with Keith Jones, looking at Reggie's right elbow. I think he's really hurting.
Well, he is. I think he got hit on the funny bone, and of course we all know how much that hurts for a while.
It's not funny. Neither is that to Chuck Daly. The outlet to Skiles. He stumbles, he fires, he misses. And Aguirre comes over the end line and picks up the ball. Well, bodies are flying all over the place.
Well, Skiles missed an opportunity that time. I think he got his feet a little bit mixed up as he was taking the ball to the basket and allowed the Detroit defense to get back. Here he is right here. Look at the outlet. He's far enough out here now that he should be able to go on and take this ball to the basket. He had to slow up just a little bit to catch the pass, but Aguirre that time was out of bounds when he made contact with the basketball.
Keith Jones, the Magic trainer on the right. There's Reggie. They're working on that elbow, and that's the shooting arm. And Jack, you can tell us more than anybody else. When your right arm's not shooting, or in your case, the left arm's not working well, It's tough to shoot the basketball.
Well, he's right there on the bench getting it worked on, just where he should be. Still a lot of time in this basketball game. The Magic very much in it.
Catledge strong to the basket, fires the air ball. And I believe it hit Jeff Turner on the way out.
Yeah, I think it did. Turner trying to get offensive rebounding position. Hastings doing a good job screening him out, and the Pistons are going to get the ball and have an opportunity to bring it up the floor.
Magic by 1. You see the time in the second quarter. This is Isaiah Thomas, guarded by Skiles. Aguirre off the screen. It'll be Detroit ball.
Looked like the Pistons got a break on that one. I thought Aguirre was the one that hit it last. The official, of course, right on top of the play, called it the other way. Look at that hand right there. I thought it was it. There it is. Aguirre did get a hand on it. And of course, we have the replay screen here in the arena, and that's why you hear the reaction from the crowd. They saw the same thing that you saw on your monitors at home.
So everybody send a carrot stick to the officials, and maybe they'll work it out next time. This is Rodman off the glass. No. Rebound, Catledge. That's his 4th. Skiles finds Vincent. Scotty again from 19.
Well, he is definitely capable of hitting that jump shot all day. He likes to work to get open for the jump shot. If you give him any room at all on the spot up position, he will make that shot.
Magic by 3, 46-43. Mark Aguirre buries it.
Mark Aguirre.
That's 8 for Mark. Magic by a single digit. Skiles through the paint, finds Turner with a left hand. Fired it long again. Rodman corrals the rebound.
Turner shooting it a little bit strong. Boy, he hardly ever misses that shot when he has that much room.
This is Isaiah Thomas from the baseline.
But you can't give him that.
It's 47-46. Detroit back on top. Turner loses control. Hastings an aggressive play on defense.
Well, talking about great defense, Hastings has really done a great job.
Oh, nice. It's a strong block. Whoa, that brings the crowd to their feet. Vincent on Aguirre into the lane. No. Turner the rebound, gets hammered by Hastings. Oh my, what action.
Well, you saw Rodman take the ball to the basket. Boy, what a block by Catledge coming from nowhere to knock that one out of there. And when you don't get a reaction from the bench, you know that it was a great block.
We'll be back after a word from Converse.
One thing that Matty Gukas has really been working with this team on, and that is to not quit on the fast break. Right here, it proves to you what can happen when you are aggressive and get back defensively. Terry Catledge comes in and makes an excellent block on this play. Rodman, of course, with great jumping ability and the capability of taking the ball to the basket. I looked immediately at the Detroit bench because I wanted to know what kind of reaction I would get if they wanted goaltending or whatever. Every player on the Detroit bench, including the coaches, stayed right there. They knew it was a great play.
That was an outstanding play by the Catman. Played at South Alabama. Jeff Turner, a former Vanderbilt Commodore, 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. We're tied again. It's 47-all, 6:02 to go here in the second quarter. Jack Givens, Chip Carey with you live from the Orlando Arena. We've got a whistle.
Well, Scott Hastings with the moving screen that time tried to pick off Sam Vincent and used a little bit too much body on that play. Give Vincent credit for nice defense on that play.
No team foul credited to the Detroit Pistons on that play. As Sam Vincent lets fly. No. Otis the rebound. No. And a whistle.
Well, that is the first time I've seen him miss a shot that close into the basket where he's that wide open. He got hit across the arm by John Sally, and but he still should have made that one. He was upset with himself that he did not.
Scott Hastings takes a breather. He's one of those players who really works hard. He's a banger and really fits that mold of the bad boy image, even though Detroit's trying to move away from that.
Well, of course, Hastings came up from Atlanta to Detroit and is trying to work hard to get some playing time, and he knows that the way to do that is through aggressive play, especially defensively. You don't look for him to score a lot of points.
Otis Smith back at the free throw line. That foul Went against Bill Lambier. That's his second. Be nice to see him get into foul trouble. Otis has 6 points. Catledge the offensive rebound. Loses it, and Otis follows, but it won't count.
Yeah, there's a foul along the baseline, and I think Kimbrough got him across the arm. Good offensive board work that time by the Magic, and of course, Jeff Turner kept that ball alive for Catledge.
Stan Kimbrough, a name that a lot of people in Central Florida might remember. He began his college career at the University of Central Florida, right here in Orlando. Transferred to Xavier, where he finished his college career. Trying to make the Pistons team as a guard. But the odds, I guess you would say, are stacked against him as Jeff Turner sits down.
Well, when you have the kind of backcourt that Detroit has, with Isaiah Thomas and Dumars and then Vinnie Johnson coming off the bench, you don't need much help in that position.
And how? Terry Catledge now with 9 as the Magic have a 2-point lead. 5:40 to go here in the first half. Joe Dumars off a screen. Dave Corzine with a strong rebound. Detroit now showing some defensive pressure. And the Magic beat it pretty easily. This is Catledge spinning, faking, firing.
Oh, nice move. Talk about experience, and that's what we saw right there. Catledge knows that Detroit loves to go for the block. Good head fake to get the defense up in the air and an easy path to the basket.
Magic by 4. Aguirre sheds Otis Smith, and it's the open jumper. He sort of shoved him out of the way.
Well, Detroit does such a great job setting screens along the baseline for Aguirre, Dumars, and Isaiah Thomas when he is in the basketball game.
This is Sam Vincent. Skiles wide open from 18. He doesn't get the break. You usually can't leave him open like that. Here's Aguirre. Fakes Otis. Fires. It rattles out. Skiles falls to the turf. But he's all right. Catledge.
A little hard.
Back comes Detroit.
Catledge might be just a little bit winded.
Joe Dumars has 16 points. He leads everybody.
Catledge has been playing extremely hard. He might need a breather right here.
He's got the ball. Score tied, 51 apiece. Otis off a screen from Corzine. Well, no matter what happens tonight, Matty Gukas has to be proud of his team the way they've played so far.
And Otis Smith is going to pick up another foul. That's his third. So Aguirre has done a good job of drawing fouls on his defensive players. Of course, Nick Anderson already on the bench with 3 fouls. And now Otis Smith picks up his 3rd foul. Would have been a nice defensive play by Scott Skiles on that.
Well, you called it, Goose. Terry Catledge was tired. Sidney Green back into the game for Orlando. Dumars is red hot again. He's got 18, and we've only played a little over a quarter and a half.
But when you have a player that's on the kind of role that he is on, ever since, of course, the playoffs last year, he's playing with so much confidence, it's just so difficult to stop him.
Otis Smith tries to create. He travels instead. Reggie Theus and Michael Ansley back into the game for Orlando, and Chuck Daly starts calling for the motion offense.
Well, and Theus is still shaking that arm. You see him right there. He's back into the basketball game, but that arm is still bothering him.
We're tied at 53. 3:38 to go in the second quarter. This is Kimbrough. That's Aguirre. That's Dumars. Get the ball away from him. That's his first miss in a good long while. Sidney Green the rebound.
Going to find out real quick if that arm was still bothering Reggie. He pulled up for the jump shot, but hesitated.
Sidney from 18. He got it.
It's good to see him make that shot because he will have to play some small forward probably for this team. And, of course, for the small forward position, a lot of shots will be coming from about 18 feet.
Dumars on a wicked screen from Lambier. They run the roll to perfection. Lambier can't cash the check, though. Reggie corrals the rebound. Theus works against Dumars. Corzine with a hook.
I love that hook. A little bit reminiscent of Kareem on that play. I remember Kareem watching that shot.
Dave has a little bit more hair.
Yeah.
There's that man again, Joe Dumars with 20 points already. but the Magic have the lead. That's a pretty play.
Well, Vincent just doing what he should do in that situation. The defense never picked him up. He saw the path to the basket, took it right in.
The Magic tie their biggest lead of the game. It's 4 points, 59-55. Aguirre over Ansley.
Mark Aguirre.
Mark has 10. We're under 2 minutes in the first half.
Less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Reggie hasn't shot since he hurt that elbow.
Well, he's looking for the shot, though.
Timeout, Detroit.
And the Pistons call timeout with 1:42 to go in the second period. The Magic lead Detroit 57-59 to 57. Orlando will inbound. That's Michael Ansley. Here's Sidney Green. Back to Corzine. Fall away jumper is good.
Well, I was just about to say when Corzine came back in that we would like to see some offense out of him, and right now he is pretty much offensive minded.
William Bedford into the game, former Memphis State player. He misfires. He's had drug and alcohol problems. Didn't play at all last year, and the Pistons would love to see him come back and play with the potential that he had in his college career.
Well, he's still waiting to get approval from the NBA office, and I think that approval will come. He has done an excellent job of getting control of that problem. There's Corzine again, just talking about his offense.
He's found the fountain of youth here in Orlando. 2 in a row for Dave as the Magic lead it by 6. We're under a minute to go in the first half. This is Greenwood. That's Joe Dumars. 5 on the shot clock as he lets it fly. Reggie the rebound. There's Corzine. Finds his former teammate Sam Vincent. Sidney Green in the high post.
Sidney Green saying, clear out, let me have it.
Spins, fakes, fires. Doesn't get the roll. Ansley fights for the rebound. Can't get it. Loose ball before Bedford corrals it. 21 seconds to go. Aguirre fires and misses. Now they can run for the last shot. No, Mark takes it. And Kimbrough picks up the loose ball.
3 Magic shirts that time fighting for the rebound. No one came up with it.
A new rule in the league this year is the shot clock shows tenths of a second when you're under a minute as Sidney Green flies into the crowd, and they call the foul on him.
No, they called him with travel. He got a hand in the back and went flying out of bounds. Of course, he wanted the foul. Detroit's going to take the 22nd timeout. Let's see the replay right here. Sidney Green's going to have excellent defensive rebound position. There's Greenwood coming over the back that time, and Green just goes flying out of bounds, but there is no call.
I didn't see a travel there, but I did see an over-the-back foul, and the crowd did too. Well, of course, 75 Orlando, 3-2-801 will announce the winner during the Sunshine Network's broadcast of the Magic-Knicks game on November 6th.
Was nothing but a flop.
3 seconds to go in the first half. Kimbrough fires, rims out. Edwards, no. Greenwood, no. The basket doesn't count, and how about this score? The Magic lead their first ever half in the NBA. The score, 63-57, and listen to the crowd. We'll start the second half for the Magic. Orlando leads it 63-57. We'll set the starting 5 in the second half for you for Orlando. It's Terry Catledge, Dave Corzine, and Nick Anderson playing with 3 fouls. Norlin Wiley and Michael Ansley in the backcourt. Ansley with the miss. Catledge with the rebound. Strong off the glass. Terry Catledge picks up where he left off in the first half with a bucket, and Orlando leads it by 8.
Well, that's the way Catledge loves to play. He does like to get up under the basket and mix it up. Aguirre that time comes right back for 2 points for Dallas. For Detroit.
Catledge wide open. Detroit's starting 5 in the second half shapes up like this. Isaiah and Joe Dumars in the backcourt. Aguirre, Rodman, and Lambier in the post. So Orlando playing quite well.
So used to talking about Aguirre with the Dallas team that I said he was still with them.
Bill Lambier, that's his trademark, and the crowd boos. Orlando may not be a very old team in the NBA, but they know who the good guys and bad guys are.
Well, knowledgeable fans down here, and they, of course, are excited about the Orlando Magic, and they know what to expect from this Detroit team.
The foul is on number 10, Dennis Rodman. His second first team foul.
Rodman gets the start here in the second half. John Sally started in that position in the first half, and Rodman is the guy that's out there now.
Moreland Wiley out of Long Beach State hits the open jumper, and the Magic lead 69-61. There you see the score.
The Magic with Nick Anderson out there playing the second guard position. Of course, they're trying every way they can to get him more playing time, and that's one of the positions that he's going to have to get used to playing.
Moreland Wiley gave Isaiah Thomas a lot of space, and Isaiah buried it. Moreland tried to answer, but missed badly. Back comes Isaiah. Wide open from 8. Rodman on the offensive glass. He's made a great living on the offensive boards.
Well, as I said, one of the only player coming off the bench to get over 300 offensive rebounds last season.
That was Isaiah Thomas for 2. It's now a 4-point Magic lead, 69-65, 10 minutes to go, third quarter. The Magic going with a couple of rookies, Ansley and Anderson. Michael leans in, fires, hits.
Well, he made a living on that particular play right there at Alabama. He's going to have an opportunity to do that an awful lot for the Magic this season.
They call him Babyface.
Well, with that body, that's about the only thing that looks like a baby.
Isaiah for 3 this time. Nope. Rodman again. That's 2 offensive rebounds in a row. We got a whistle. And Catledge goes after Rodman, and look at Lambier go jaw to jaw.
Well, and Catledge said, what do you want coming in here like that?
Michael Ansley picked up the foul.
First team foul.
His first, team's first.
Well, the only problem when you have a reputation like the Detroit Pistons has is that it's like everything that happens, you know, you as their opponent, you overreact. And Catledge that time, of course, as we saw on the rebound, got a forearm to the head, and I don't know that was overreacting, but you know, everybody looks for those things to happen when Detroit is on the floor.
Well, so far, Rodman's gotten away with 2 elbows. It's elbows 2, Magic nothing in that department.
Well, I think that kind of thing will catch up with you sooner or later. You can get away with it for a while, but as I say, everyone you play against will start looking for that and reacting accordingly.
It's 71-66. You see the score and the time left in the third. Nick the Quick Anderson drives and misses. Corzine with the offensive rebound. Got hammered, but no call. Isaiah quickly back. Anderson rips down a rebound. Wiley finds Dave. That's the way to answer him, Dave.
Well, Corzine, of course, wanted to foul on the play before that. The official said a clean block. Corzine didn't like to call, but he stood right there and stuck that one in from the corner.
Dave with 10 points. And the Magic have a 6-point lead. Aguirre the miss. Lambier fights and gets the rebound. And then turns around and blows the 8-footer and a whistle.
I think Isaiah Thomas with the push from behind. Nope, they're going to get
Terry Catledge, I think. No, it's on 23, Aguirre.
Yeah, I thought Isaiah Thomas used both hands that time to push off, but a lot of action up under the basket right now. Fast-paced NBA action.
The refs are letting them play, which is really making the crowd happy here in Orlando. What a great game to open up this building and bring the NBA here to Central Florida.
Well, as I say, when you want to start out, you want to start out against the best, and that's what we have here tonight in Detroit.
Another whistle, they call a block. This time it's on Rodman, and he can't believe it.
Well, I think the appropriate call, however, Rodman, of course, a great defensive player, first team all defensive team in the NBA last year, but he's going to step in on Catledge right here and get him with the body. He goes flying out there. Good acting job that time by Rodman, but the official didn't buy it.
Rodman picked up his 3rd foul, and John Sally will step in. Unlike the college ranks, you get 6 personals here in the NBA, so Rodman not really in foul trouble. 8:37 to go, third quarter. This is Moreland Wiley. That's Michael Ansley. Orlando being very patient on offense. That's good to see. Corzine from long range.
Well, what a luxury when your 6'11 center, 6'11", 260 pounds, can step out from 20 feet and make the jump shot.
That's a page out of Bill Lambier's playbook. Dumar's got a great screen himself. It'll be Orlando ball as Anderson and John Sally fought for the rebound.
Opportunity right here for the Magic to
Matty Gukas has to be very proud.
Yeah, I think so.
An 8-point Magic bulge, 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Catman wide open for 15. Thrown to the ground by Sally, no whistle. Quickly come the Pistons back. Isaiah has it rattle in and out.
Well, that's Detroit basketball right there. The fast break, they didn't get anything out of it that time. Isaiah Thomas missed the jump shot as Sidney Green comes into the basketball game and Terry Catledge goes out. But that is classic Detroit Piston basketball, getting the rebound and getting out on the fast break and allowing Isaiah Thomas to work the fast break from the point guard spot.
Last year it worked to perfection. Detroit went 15-2 in the playoffs on the way to their first ever NBA title. They won 63 games. That's a franchise record. That's something to win 60 games in this league.
Oh, it is.
Nick Anderson a miss. John Sally the rebound. Isaiah Thomas controls front court.
Of course, Detroit picked to repeat as champions this season.
Dumars drove through the lane and got nailed.
Well, and that's number 4 on Nick Anderson.
The foul is on number 40, Dave Corzine.
They called it on Dave Corzine instead.
Well, that's fortunate break that time for the Magic, because Anderson, if he gets that foul, he gets his 4th one, and he has to spend the rest of this 3rd quarter on the bench.
Dumars will go to the line. He's got 20 points, all of them in the first half. Joe, 3 out of 4 from the line tonight. Make it 4 out of 5. Orlando 75, Detroit 69, 7:25 to go in the 3rd. Dave Corzine with 12 points finds Ansley. This is Wiley to Michael.
Well, I've talked about some of the normally inside people for the Magic that have worked hard to develop their outside jump shot, and we saw Ansley that time doing just that. He has worked extremely hard also.
Michael has 6 points. The Pistons with the passing game. McGuire backs in against the rookie and hits.
Oh, and how many times have we seen him do that?
McGuire with an even dozen. Magic by 6, 6:44 to go in the 3rd.
Anytime you allow him to just dribble the ball as he did that time and not get a double team on him, look for him to score 2 points.
Anderson aggressively to the basket over Joe Dumars.
Well, that's one thing that he can do at 6'6". He can take some of the smaller guards up under the basket and use his size and his strength to get 2 points. He did Dumars that way that time.
So far, nothing to this game. Magic by 8. Isaiah Thomas feeds Aguirre.
Well, he's feeling it right now. Once again, you allow him to get in the flow offensively, and he is capable of scoring a lot of points very quickly.
2 straight Pistons baskets from Mark Aguirre. He's got 14. 6:03 to go in the 3rd. Sidney Green backs in. Fake Sally out of his shoes. Off the glass. It won't go.
Tough break for Sidney Green. Nice move. Nice drop step to the basket.
Sidney Green having a good game tonight. 4 points. And played very aggressively. And Lambier loses control. Slams a cup. And we've got timeout on the floor. The Magic in control. We'll be right back with more NBA action after this message from our friends at Keystone. It's 79-73, Magic on top. Joe Dumars and Mark Aguirre leading the way for Detroit, as we said they would. For Orlando, it's Catledge and Corzine. Here's Otis. Off a screen, no. Rebound, Sidney Green, he got hammered. Let's see what the call will be.
Well, it's going to be on John Sally again, and well, Sidney Green has really been active down up under the basket, and you see Sally's reaction to that call. Sidney Green just having some tough breaks. That time he goes up extremely high for the offensive rebound, but loses control of it as he comes down. Look at that right there, and that's where Sally got him across the arm.
John's got 2 fouls, Detroit 4 team fouls. That means the next personal foul they commit in their defensive zone, the Magic will shoot free throws the rest of the period. And that might be it. It is. John Sally picks up his 3rd foul, and the Magic will shoot free throws for the next 5 minutes and 24 seconds.
Well, let's hope they can take a lot of trips to that free throw line here before this 3rd quarter is out, because with the way the Detroit Pistons play, how aggressive they play, this will be a good opportunity for the Magic to pick up some points.
There you see Sidney Green's numbers from the charity stripe last year. He nails the first. He's 1 for 1 from the line tonight and should have been there a couple times more. Magic by 8. Yes, Magic by 8. 81-73, 5:20 to go in the third. Isaiah Thomas works against Moreland Wiley. This is Sally. Moreland tries to help. The Spider backs in, fakes, fires, count the basket and the foul. That's a tough play.
Well, you saw Sally taking the ball to the basket. Watch the ball right here. Now look at the reaction with Lambier along the board. Picks up the cup and just throws it down, totally unnecessary. And that's one of the reasons why they are the bad boys of the NBA.
I've got to believe that Detroit's a little bit surprised coming in here. And I'm sort of surprised Chuck Daly's gone with his frontliners as long as he has.
Well, he's done it because he's had to. Like I say, the thing that they want to do here tonight is to make a point that we're for real again this year. And if it means playing his first stringers the entire night, that's what they're going to do.
Otis Smith got rejected underneath. This is Joe Dumars.
Oh, nice move.
It doesn't go. And Sidney Green with a quick outlet pass to Otis Smith. Otis finds Wiley, almost an errant pass. Ainsley wide open from the right wing.
Well, nice. Real nice to see him pull up and hit that jump shot.
He's been deadly from that spot all night. He's got 8.
Was not noted as an outside shooter coming from the University of Alabama, but he has shown tonight that he is capable of doing that.
Orlando by 7, 83-76. Lambier wide open from 18.
That's just experience. Good quality basketball that we saw from Detroit that time. The double team down low and Lambier doing what he does so well, and that's spotting up from 18 feet.
Bill with 4 points, a bit of a surprise. Sidney Green tries to answer. Lambier with a rebound. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Magic 83, Detroit 78.
Going to try to take advantage of Mark Aguirre's hot shooting down low, and there's Sally over the back again.
The foul is on number 22, John.
That's his fourth.
His fourth penalty situation.
The loose ball foul results in the penalty for the Magic. Let's see who
Detroit
shoots it.
substitution, number 33, David Greenwood.
David
replacing
Greenwood will
John
come into the
Sally.
game for the Spider.
Magic substitution.
And Reggie Theus will enter for Orlando.
Reggie of course, hurt his arm during the first half, and this is his first action here in the second half. I don't know for sure how badly that arm was hurt, but I'm sure he would have wanted to be out there at the start of this third quarter, and he was forced to spend some time on the bench.
Michael Ainsley takes a break for Reggie. Mark Akers will get ready to come back in.
Lorenzo Sutton just checked into the basketball game, and Joe Dumars is going to go to the bench.
A rookie free agent out of the University of Massachusetts, trying to make the club as a guard. 3:40 to go. Magic 84, Detroit 78. Isaiah on a drive.
Oh, boy. Oh, nice. Nice move by Isaiah. Good hesitation on the dribble to get Wiley leaning the other direction.
Isaiah has 11. Here's Theus. He still hasn't taken a shot since he hurt his elbow. Green in the paint. Off the glass, no. Lambier another rebound. Back on the Pistons.
It's like that basketball is attached to his hand. He just does so many things with it.
Lambier the miss, Corzine the rebound. Dave's played a lot tonight.
I think the Magic, they need to get Theus involved in the offense.
Reggie bounces off.
That's what they need from him. You have to keep a veteran involved offensively. He needs to shoot the basketball more than he has shot it here tonight.
He's got 10. Aguirre off the glass underneath Corzine.
But Otis Smith now has the job of trying to stop Aguirre down there, and he has to do a little bit better at not allowing him to catch the basketball that close to the basket.
Detroit has whittled the Orlando lead to 4 as Reggie fights, fires, no.
Timeout,
They'll call Sidney Green for the push-off, and the Pistons take a timeout with 2:30 to go in the third quarter. The Magic lead it 86-82. Don't go away. We'll be right back. 6-82. The Pistons will inbound. 2:29 to go in the third.
See the turnovers there, 11-6, and field goal percentage, 49% for Orlando, 42 for Detroit.
Sutton wide open from the left wing, hits it. Lorenzo Sutton, the rookie free agent, hits his first basket of the game. Detroit back in it. It's a 2-point Magic lead. Otis finds Reggie. He fakes. He drives. He doesn't get the roll.
Well, you won't see him miss many of those.
Detroit can tie it. And they do, and Isaiah will go to the line and try to give the Pistons the lead.
Well, once again, he is so quick with the basketball. Very rarely do you see a guy that can take the ball to the basket with the quickness and the ability that he does it. Look, he just crosses over with the dribble. Now look at the action on the basketball as it dances off the backboard and in for two.
But he can't convert the free throw. We're all tied. We're under 2 minutes. It's 86 apiece. This is Moreland Wiley. Tries to get a screen from Sidney Green. Theus guarded by Sutton. 10 on the shot clock. Smith underneath, gets nailed. But it'll be Orlando ball.
Well, Smith just takes the ball to the basket, and you see the Detroit Piston defense just winding up back there, waiting for the shot to go up.
5 seconds to shoot.
5 seconds on the shot clock as Orlando will inbound underneath their own goal. Smith finds Vincent. 4, 3, 2, 1. Got it.
That's the way to do it right there. With 5 seconds, it's a little bit panic within the team to get a good shot.
Oh, what a pass from Isaiah and the foul. Did you see that pass?
Well, it was a nice pass, but look at the effort by Sidney Green to come in and block the shot. Of course, he's going to get caught with the foul, but Green really made an excellent play to recover. Almost came up with a super defensive play.
Take another look at this.
Watch the pass from Isaiah Thomas down along the baseline. He's going to come through a behind-the-back pass right here. Nice pass, and there's Sidney Green. Got him with the body, but got all ball.
Greenwood missed the first free throw, and Terry Catledge comes in for Sid. 1:22 to go in the third. Magic on top, 88-86.
Well, you see Sidney Green going to the bench, and he has to be just a little bit disappointed because he has made some tremendous plays and just simply hasn't gotten the breaks here tonight.
It's now a 1-point Magic lead. You see the time left in the third quarter. This is Mark Akers to Reggie Theus. Catledge tries to cut. Reggie draws a whistle. Let's see who the foul's on.
The foul's going to be on Sutton, and Reggie Theus going for the pass right here instead of throwing the ball up to the basket to have an opportunity for the 2 free throws. But, of course, the Magic aren't shooting the bonus situation, so he will have 2 free throws anyway.
Reggie hits it. That's his first free throw tonight. He's 1 for 1 from the line, obviously. 11 points now. And there's Magic number 12. Orlando by 3, 90-87, 1:05 to go.
Let's see if Terry Catledge can do a little bit better job on Mark Aguirre.
Aguirre on the drive, the whistle. And Chuck Daly applauds.
Well, same results for Aguirre. He catches the ball down low, and Catledge pushes him with both hands in the back. And Aguirre will have a chance to go to the line for 2 free throws.
His first penalty situation.
The foul goes against Catledge. That's only his first. Aguirre goes to the charity stripe.
Oh, and that's been a problem for the Pistons here tonight, making their free throws. Of course, the Orlando Magic loves as much of that as possible.
Mark with 18 points, as you see. 2 out of 3 from the line. Make it 3 out of 4. We're under a minute. Orlando by 2. Boy, a basket here would be nice. This is Akers to Reggie Theus, working against Sutton. Reggie drives, finds Vincent. Sam in the paint, changes his shot, and Detroit comes up with it.
Well, I think Isaiah Thomas got a hand on that one and forced Vincent to change his shot up in the air.
New rule in the NBA, once you're under a minute, you've got tenths of a second on the shot clock. Isaiah with 10 on the shot clock, can't get it. Catledge the rebound, and look at Orlando run. 4 on 2, Otis.
Boy, and you just have to love it.
I've got goosebumps. Orlando leads it 92-88. Detroit will hold for the last shot. You see the time left in the period.
Look for Isaiah Thomas to just take it and go to the basket with it.
Great defense. Lambier from a mile away. They're going wild in Orlando. The Magic lead the Pistons 92-88 after 3 quarters. We'll be back. Magic by 4 as we enter quarter number 4, 92-88. The new kids on the block having a great time in Orlando. Mark Akers and Terry Catledge fight for the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. A tough break.
Well, I think so, but the official pointed the other way, and they're going to give the ball back to the Magic. Nope. He pointed down the floor to give the ball to the Magic, but obviously he a little bit confused right
Great play by Otis Smith. What a defensive job by Otis Smith. He fought off the pick and picked off the errant pass.
Well, that was, you don't like to see, though, the player save the ball back in under the opponent's basket, but the Magic that time came away with the basketball.
Here's Reggie Theus. Otis Smith against Rodman. Underneath, he got nailed.
Well, he is so strong down there. Once he catches a basketball, he likes to use his body to draw the foul. He knows at 6'6", playing against guys 6'9" and 6'10" at times, as he is here tonight, he's going to get a lot of shots blocked, so he's got to use his body to draw the foul. He'll have a chance to go to the line right here and pick up 2 free throws.
The foul was against Dennis Rodman, or James Edwards, I should say. Foul number 3. Magic by 5 again. They bend but don't break.
Well, the effort that the Magic has shown so far here tonight has gone a long way in winning the hearts of these fans here. They know that coming into this game, they were playing against the world champions. They wanted to make it a good basketball game, and so far, that's what it has been.
Here's James Edwards working against Akers, and Mark had to bump him, but he doesn't agree.
Well, Akers got him with the body coming across the middle, and of course, the crowd doesn't like it, but I think he did get him as Edwards was going up for the shot. Watch his body right here. He's going to put his stomach right in right here. Still not a lot of contact. Well, I tell you, not as much on that replay as I thought initially.
And free throw shooting is killing the Pistons. Edwards shoots 50% that trip. Orlando 94, Detroit 89. Jack Givens, Chip Carey with you from the beautiful Orlando Arena. This is Otis Smith working against Rodman.
Rodman wanted the offensive call on that play, but the official didn't call it. And Otis Smith, when Rodman went flying out of there, took it right up and put it in from about 20.
Smith with 14. He leads the Magic. They lead Detroit by 7. We've got a whistle. They'll call Reggie, I guess.
Well, yeah, somewhat of a late whistle. Reggie was already on his way down the floor for 2 points, and he kind of looked back over his shoulder at the official and said, hey, come on. I've been here 11 years. You can't call this on me.
Happy birthday, huh? Here's Joe Dumars. 10:40 to go in the final period. Edwards in the lane. Off balance. Prayer doesn't go. Rodman, another offensive rebound. He works so hard down there. Detroit will reset it.
Well, look and see if Detroit now takes advantage of the matchup against Rodman.
Dumars doesn't get his prayer answered, and another whistle.
I think it's Akers is the one that's going to come up with the foul. A lot of contact down up under there. Both teams going very aggressively for the ball on that rebound, and Akers is going to get called with using the body and coming over the back.
That's Mark's 3rd foul, the Magic's 3rd team foul. Detroit has just 1 team foul here in the final period. Dumars runs the Detroit offense. Here's Edwards, turning, firing. Greenwood fights for the rebound. It'll go out of bounds. Orlando will take possession.
And Greenwood comes out of that holding his eye. I don't know if he ran into the table or if his teammate, Sutton, who was also going for the loose ball, might have gotten him.
Detroit with a little half-court pressure. Sam Vincent works against Sutton. 9:59 to go in the final period, and the crowd starts to hoot and holler in Orlando. They'll call Otis for the travel as he slipped on a wet floor.
Well, that's really not what you want out of the passing game offense. Instead of having a guy dribble the ball a lot, you want the ball moving and players going off screens down low to try to come up with it. But Otis Smith, of course, as you look at Matty Gukas right there, Otis has been hot here in the third quarter. And, of course, he wanted to have an opportunity to score another 2 points and just lost his footing that time.
Dave Corzine getting ready to come in for the Magic. And listen to the crowd yell for defense.
Watch this block right here. Otis Smith once again coming in with, well, what a defensive play right there. And you're talking about a guy that's 6'6". Watch how high he gets up on this block shot. Just takes it right out of the air with authority.
Magic 96, Detroit 89, 9:25 to go. Fourth and final period.
And Detroit has missed their last 7 shots. So give credit to the Magic for aggressive defense.
7 on the shot clock. Sam Vincent looks inside. Here's Corzine to Catledge with 3, 2. He fires and is fouled. The Magic are being very, very patient, and it's paying off.
Well, that's what you call using the shot clock. Of course, the Magic with a little bit of a lead right here, and they don't want to take anything that's not a good shot. That time they did a good job running the basketball, running that passing game that I was talking about. Catledge gets the ball down here. Watch how he uses his body to draw the foul. Edwards, of course, with 3 or 4 inches on him, and he was still able to get the ball off and to draw the foul.
Catledge gets the free throw. Nick the Quick comes back in, and there's a worried head coach right there. Terry with 16 points.
Well, he's averaged about 20 points in this preseason scrimmages so far. He's, as we said before, been aggressive, played hard, and one thing that he does well, and that is get a lot of second shots, and that's one of the reasons why he scores so many points.
His career high is 26. He averaged just over 10 last year with the Bullets. 98-89, that's Orlando's biggest lead. 9 minutes to go in the fourth. Here's Dumars, who's been a little quiet here in the second half. He had 20 in the first. Joe stops, pops, no. Rebound, Dumars. Edwards, no. Magic lose it out of bounds.
Well, I think you're going to have a foul. It will be against the Detroit Pistons on Rodman, and well, he is up really calling his calls, and he throws the basketball across the court. Surprised the Pistons didn't at least get a warning out of that from the officials, because Rodman did hold on to the basketball and then threw it across court. Detroit 0 of 9 in this fourth quarter from the field, so they are struggling, but give the Magic credit for the defense.
They have played well. Here's Nick Anderson to Catledge. Turnaround jumper, no. Loose ball. We'll have a jump. This copyrighted program is presented by the authority of the Orlando Magic and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, and/or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Orlando Magic and the Sunshine Network is prohibited. 8:22 to go in the fourth.
And you
throw it up again.
You have to love the action that this Orlando Magic team is playing with, the enthusiasm, the excitement. And now an opportunity to build on this lead.
Matty calls for motion. 8:17 to go. Here's Corzine to Vincent.
This is the way you like to see the motion offense.
Smith off balance. Catledge can't corral the rebound. 2 Magic players go flying. Detroit with a 4-on-3. Here's Rodman. Nice pass. Nick almost gave Detroit a chance for a 3-point play.
I'm surprised Edwards didn't take the ball to the basket with a little bit more authority. Tried to lay it softly off the backboard, and Nick Anderson comes in and gets a hand on it. Also got Edwards across the arm, so he picks up his 4th foul.
That's Nick's 4th.
Replacing Otis Smith.
Michael Ansley replaces Otis Smith, and John Sally back into the game.
Detroit substitution number 22, John Sally.
John Sally in the game for Detroit, as I said. Isaiah Thomas set to come in for the Pistons. Crowd calls air ball. Edwards buries it and sticks the index finger in the air.
Well, the way the Pistons have shot free throws here tonight, you could almost call for the air ball because they haven't made many of them from the charity stripe.
Edwards no, but Sally gets the bounce. Isaiah pops. Ansley knocked it out of bounds. 7:53 to go in the fourth quarter. Orlando by 8, 98-90. In what has been a thrilling ball game. Sally will inbound. Look at him fighting inside. Rodman tried to cut through. Let's see what they call the foul on. It's on Ansley.
Yeah,
he knew it.
They'll get 2 free throws for this because the basketball out of bounds when the foul was called, so he will shoot 2 free throws.
And now the Magic in the penalty. That's their 5th team foul in the period. Detroit has just 3.
And this is a 2-shot foul, so regardless of the fact that whether or not Detroit was in the bonus, he would be on the free throw line for 2 free throws.
The Worm. With just 3 points. It'll be Orlando ball.
Surprised at how many funny bounces the basketball has taken off the rim down there for the Magic. They have been in great defensive rebound position, but the ball has taken a lot of long bounces.
What a play. The Catman got free. Orlando hits the century mark against the NBA's toughest defensive club. And we've still got 7.5 minutes to go. Edwards has it tapped away. Orlando comes back. It's kicked away. Rodman knocked it out of bounds.
We're seeing tonight what aggressive basketball will do for you. When you play aggressive basketball, good things happen, and that's what we've seen from the Magic. I think that is hopefully going to be the trademark of this team. Fast break basketball on the offense and aggressiveness on the defense.
And Matty wants to score a lot of points. They've already hit 100 in their first exhibition game, and these guys are still trying to get used to playing with each other. A poor pass there from Corzine that time. Rodman with 3 points. Doesn't get the roll. Nick went for the steal, almost fouled. Thomas calls for motion. Here's the spider. That's Isaiah for the open jumper. Loose ball. Who's got it? Orlando's got it. Catledge fights for it. And they call him for the offensive foul. He fired an elbow at Rodman.
Well, Rodman goes down like a ton of bricks on that play. And Terry Catledge trying to make a point right here. Hey, this is my basketball. And you see him get hit 2 or 3 times before this play. Definitely got him with the forearm, but could have been a foul called before that play.
I was going to say they're building the new Universal and MGM studios here, but there was no acting job on that play. Orlando leads at 191, 6:41 to go. Stay right there. We'll be back with all the exciting action here on Sunshine. We'll tell you more about that promo in just a moment. Isaiah Thomas with a miss. Detroit is 0 for 14 from the floor in the fourth quarter.
Well, the Magic doing it definitely with their defense.
Anderson drives, fires, has it blocked by Edwards, and Sally picks up the loose ball. That quiets the crowd here. Detroit now 0 for 15. And Rodman knocks it out of bounds.
Well, Detroit completely, totally struggling offensively. The Magic, on the other hand, they're only 2 of 6 from the field, so they're really not burning it up here in the fourth quarter. But because of the fact they are playing great defense, as you see Chuck Daly right there, that they're forcing the Detroit Pistons to shoot horrendously from the field.
It's 191, 6 minutes to go here in the fourth and final period. Detroit's played their bad boy role to perfection, but Orlando's given him some of that stuff back. Nick has it blocked. Fox skies and tries to grab the loose ball. I think they'll call the foul on Nick.
Yeah, I think so. A little frustrated right now as Anderson because he's had his last 2 shots blocked. but that's something that will happen to him when you're 6'6", and that might be stretching it just a little bit for him. You have to play against a lot of tall guys, and you're going to get some shots blocked.
Again, Detroit in the penalty for the rest of the way. Fox will shoot 2. And Nick Anderson will take a seat as Otis Smith out of Jacksonville will come in for the first-round draft choice of the Magic. Nick's gone to school tonight.
Well, he has
a few lessons,
and he's going to learn a lot more before his rookie season is over.
Fox gets that one too. It's 193-547 as Isaiah tries to bother Sam Vincent. This is Sidney Green working against Sally. Green fires, no. Offensive rebound, Ansley. Loose ball. Green's got it. Looks for the pass. Finds Smith.
Oh, what a pass. That is thinking while laying down on the job right there. No basket.
They'll take away the basket, a 24-second violation, but it was pretty.
Well, I like it anyway.
Take a look at this one.
Well, thinking from the seat of your pants, that's what he did right there. Nice pass to the, unfortunately, that basket is not going to count. The 24-second clock had expired on that play.
Detroit trails by 7, 5:12 to go. We've got another whistle.
The foul is on number 21, Sidney Green.
It's on Sidney.
His fifth.
That's his 5th. Again, Detroit goes to the line.
I think you'll see Matty Gukas leave Sidney in here for just a little while. He is very aggressive and playing hard. He needs to get involved. He needs to score some points offensively, so Matty will probably leave him in right now.
Reggie Theus set to check back in for Orlando. Some of the players we haven't seen tonight. Jerry Reynolds, obtained in the expansion draft out of Seattle. He's battling a bad back. Frank Johnson hasn't played tonight. Perry Moss hasn't played tonight. Neither has Ben Poquette. Edwards hits both free throws. It's now a 5-point Orlando Bulge. They haven't scored in a while.
Well, coming into the game tonight, Matty Gukas said that he was probably going to play only 11 players. I'm sure he discussed it with the guys that we haven't seen tonight. Discussed it with them before the game. He wanted to give some of these other guys a chance to play so that he could get a good look at them.
Reggie Fox, the rookie out of Wyoming, picks up his 3rd foul. The next one, Orlando will shoot free throws. 5 minutes to go in the final period. Jack Evans, Chip Carey with you here on Sunshine. Corzine looking for help. Poor pass, Fox rips it off. Here's Isaiah through the lane.
Isaiah Thomas.
Suddenly it's a 3-point game. Orlando 100-97. Here's Otis Smith. We've got a whistle.
Rodman once again going to get called with the foul. Otis Smith just using his quickness against Rodman. That's what we've seen here in this second half when you talk about the matchup with Smith and Rodman. Watch him right here. He just makes a little fake to the baseline. There's Rodman getting him with the body, pushing him out. So Smith, you'll see him on the line for 2 free throws.
That's number 5 on Dennis. One more and he's out of here. 197. Orlando's been stuck on the century mark for the last 3 minutes. And they still can't break it. Otis will try again. 14 on the night. Still no. So Detroit's foul shooting trouble has hit Orlando like the plague.
Well, one thing that all of us will learn here this season is that in the NBA, it's never over until it's over.
Fox wide open, no. Sally taps the rebound away. Isaiah picks it up. Quick pass to Rodman, who loses it out of bounds.
A nice pass by Isaiah Thomas. Unfortunately, Rodman wasn't able to hold on to that one, but it's important now for the Magic to get back in the swing of things offensively. Matty Gukas, I'm sure, is saying, let's run the passing game, get down, let's get some movement. He's going to call a timeout and talk about it.
You called it, Goose. There's timeout on the floor with the Magic hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Orlando leads it 100-97. We'll return to the Orlando Arena after these words from
Joe Dumars. They're shooting only 35% for the game. So not a very good showing by Detroit offense.
Otis Smith, a prayer. What a big bucket that is.
That's what was happening when the Magic took control of the game. Smith got to running on the fast break and making things like that happen, and that ignited the rest of the team.
Here's Isaiah. Nope. Rodman. And the foul.
Well, that's what he does best, and that is get in there on the offensive boards and make those kind of things happen. He is tremendous on the offensive boards. Look at him right here, just in there battling. Shoots the ball falling down, gets it to go. He has a chance for the three-point play.
Here's the worm. He can't convert it. Magic by 2, 102-100. We're under 3 minutes, 45 seconds here in the fourth quarter. It may not be the final one, though. Otis backs in, finds Vincent. Sam fakes, fires.
He has perfect form on the jump shot. Anybody watching that wants to see how to shoot the basketball, watch Sam Vincent. Beautiful form.
I was going to say watch you.
Well, that might be all right, but I don't know that anybody has the kind of form that Sam Vincent has. Beautiful form on the jump shot.
Dumars off the screen, through the lane. It's locked away. Catledge the block. Back come the Magic. Otis Smith left wing. Boy, Orlando's fast break is really clicking.
Well, it's obvious. It's been made obvious tonight that the Magic will be the best when they are running their fast break. Here it is. Watch the block. Catledge once again with the nice defensive play. Theus is going to get it out to Vincent on the break. The lob's going to come right here, and Isaiah Thomas gets Smith across the arm.
Otis can't get it. That's 3 straight free throws he's missed. Boy, if he had gotten his hands on that ball, that would have been a thunder dunk.
Chuck looks a little bit nervous over there on the bench, don't you think?
He does, and I don't blame him. Otis Smith has been killing the Pistons. 17 points, Orlando by 5, 3 minutes to go. Chuck Daly shouts play instructions from the far side. Isaiah works against Sam Vincent. Here's Dumars, knocked away by Sam. Back come the Magic. Detroit calls timeout with 2:35 to go in the fourth quarter. The crowd is on its feet as Orlando takes a 7-point lead. Take a look at this play, Goose.
Well, defense has been the key. Right here you're going to see Vincent once again pick up the loose ball. He's going to take it in. The defense doesn't pick him up. He lays it right in over Isaiah Thomas, and those are the kind of plays right there that this crowd loves to see.
The Orlando Magic is rocking and rolling here in the Orlando Arena. The Magic girls going crazy, stuff the Magic Dragon on the court. And expansion basketball is red hot in Central Florida. Excitement of a different sort coming up Sunday, October 27th. Chris Evert playing some more exhibition tennis. Will take part in the Pro Celebrity Tennis Classic, 2 o'clock Eastern, right here on the Sunshine Network. And Jack, so far, the Orlando Magic have given the Pistons everything they can handle and more.
Well, you talk about trademarks, and of course, Matty Gukas wants this team to be known as a fast-breaking basketball team. And you see Vincent right there, who is excellent in the open floor, taking the ball to the basket. Of course, he started in the backcourt with Michael Jordan last year in Chicago, so obviously he knows what to do with the basketball because he learned from one of the best.
He played with Larry Bird in Boston, was on the Celtics NBA championship team. He's got a ring, and he's bringing valuable leadership to the Magic backcourt. The crowd is on its feet. 2:35 to go in the fourth quarter. We're not quite ready to start play yet, as 15,000 plus have packed the brand new Orlando Arena. And I think they like basketball. What do you think?
I think that's a pretty good analysis of what this crowd thinks here tonight.
I wish I could interview Pat Williams right now and see what's going through his mind. He must be the happiest guy in the building.
Well, of course, he knows that this game is not over. Pat Williams, a veteran of the NBA, and he knows that 2 minutes and 35 seconds is a lot of time, but he has to love what he's seen to this point. You see the timeouts there, Orlando with 2 left and Detroit with 3.
Detroit's got the ball. Sally almost loses it. 10 on the shot clock. He fires and hits. That quiets the crowd for now. Magic by 5, 107-102. And there's the man the Magic want to see get hot. Here's Otis Smith to the Catman. You see the time left. Reggie wide open.
He does that better than anybody. He has the ability to step up, and hit that open jump shot. We'll see that a lot this season.
That elbow's not hurting him much now, and we're under 2 minutes. Here's the spider. That's 2 in a row for Sally. 109, 104, 140 left. Reggie on Dumars. In a bind, gets fouled.
Well, when the Magic needs points, look for them to call Reggie Theus's number. Of course, Theus with that ability to go one-on-one. If he doesn't have the shot, he also has the ability to pass, a tremendous passer. Doesn't get a lot of credit for the type passer that he is. So you see the sellout crowd. There are over 15,000 here tonight.
Reggie hits the first. 15,077 are going nuts here in Orlando. The crowd tells you the story. 111-104. Isaiah to Edwards. And a whistle.
Well, the foul will be on Mark Akers as Edwards takes the ball to the basket. Akers did just what he had to do in that situation. He stepped up there and tried to come up with the charge because he was a little bit late getting in position, but he did force Edwards to miss the shot. Well, if Edwards misses this free throw, it's going to be a huge rebound. Huge rebound.
Ketledge has it. The crowd goes wild. 1:27 to go. Magic by 7. Here's Akers.
Boy, and this is preseason. Just think when things get for real. Listen to this crowd.
Isaiah with a wild shot. Rodman with the offensive rebound cleans up the garbage. And he and Otis Smith start battling. We're down to cases in Orlando. Magic by 7. 1:14 to go in the 4th period.
Well, you want the ball in Reggie Theus's hands right now. He knows what to do with it.
Here's Sam Vincent. You see the time left. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Theus. 8, 7. Theus in the lane, a prayer.
Yes.
And a foul.
As I say, I want Reggie Theus with the basketball in this situation. He is going to either score points for you or get fouled and go to the free throw line. This is going to be his role. When things are on the line, the Magic is going to want the ball in his hands. He will answer for you more times than not.
The first of 2 very big free throws from Reggie. 114-106. Theus with 18. The Pistons will keep on playing. We're under a minute. Here's Isaiah. To Sally. Don't foul. Let him go. Rodman fights for the offensive rebound. It's Akers. It's knocked away. It'll be Orlando ball. You see the time left. In 39 seconds, if the Magic hold on, this place is going to go nuts.
Boy, and give Mark Akers credit for a huge rebound on the play before. Nice outlet pass. Detroit did get a hand on it, but a big rebounds by Mark Akers.
This is Theus.
Once again, let's let Reggie Theus handle it as much as he wants in this situation.
You see the time left. 14 on the shot clock. They've got to clear out for Reggie. Dumars fouls him. That's all they can do.
Well, as I say, he is tremendous down the stretch with the game on the line.
Look at Matty Gukas on the sideline. He doesn't show a lot of emotion, but you know inside his heart's got to be racing like...
He is bubbling over, bubbling over.
Another nail in the coffin. 116-106. It'll be Detroit ball.
Reggie Theus with 19 points right now, and he's gotten a lot of those here in this final period.
116-106. Orlando on top. You see the time, 24 seconds. Dumars for three. No. Akers fights for, loses the rebound, and we've got a whistle.
Rodman once again up for the offensive rebound. Well, you would think that everyone knows that he is so good at that they would put a body on him and try to screen him out. The thing is, he's so quick. He is extremely quick down there, and you just can't turn around to block him out.
He doesn't look big, but he's 6'8". And how about this? Dennis Rodman did not play high school basketball. But in the time between graduation from high school and his first year in college, he grew 7 inches.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'd hate to have been his tailor.
Yeah. Or the person that had to buy his clothes during that span. Every week, it's getting new clothes.
The crowd tells the story. It's 116-107. The Magic have the ball. It's knocked away. Rodman goes tumbling. Let's see if he's all right. He is. Let's see if the media is all right.
Well, he goes after it, and the Magic wants a timeout.
And they take it. Listen to the crowd as the Magic call timeout. Orlando leads at 116-107 with 18.4 seconds to go here in the fourth. And folks, if you think this is excitement, you ain't seen nothing yet. Live Saturday night, November 4th, the Orlando Magic start the journey. Their first ever NBA season against the New Jersey Nets and new head coach Bill Fitch. Pre-game show with Paul Kennedy and the rest of our Sunshine Network crew begins at 7 o'clock. Jack and I will have the play-by-play story for you beginning at 7:30. David Stern will be on hand. Should be a wonderful event in Central Florida sports history. So be sure to tune in. If you can't get a ticket, step by and step up to the best seat in the house right here on the Sunshine Network.
One of the reasons why you saw Matty Gukas call a timeout in that situation is that his team now has a choice as to whether or not where they want to take the ball out of bounds, whether down on the other end up under the basket or at half-court line. And I think you'll see them move the ball up to half-court. That takes the problem away from throwing the ball in up under their basket, possibly turning it over and giving Detroit a chance to steal the basketball and score 2 points with no time going off the clock.
And this is one of those plays you practice all the time in practice time, but it's sometimes one of the most difficult plays to execute with the game on the line.
Getting the ball in bounds is one of the most difficult plays to execute, as you say.
All right, let's set the scene for you. Sam Vincent, Otis Smith, Reggie Theus, Mark Akers, and Moreland Wiley check into the game for the Magic. For Detroit, Kimbrough, Lorenzo Sutton, Sally Edwards, and Rodman.
I am just a little bit surprised that Detroit doesn't have either one of their top guards in the lineup. Of course, situation being different, Vinnie Johnson might be in there. Of course, Vinnie Johnson is injured.
Reggie can't inbound it. They call a 20.
No, 5 seconds.
They call the 5-second call against the Magic. A turnover. Detroit's not dead yet. Matty can't believe it. 116-107, 18.4 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. The fans start screaming, hey, hey, goodbye, but it's not over yet.
Well, it's not, and of course the way some of these teams shoot the three-point shot, with this much time left, a lot of things can happen.
Catledge guards Sally. Steal by Vincent! There's your ball game. It's Orlando ball. 3.2 seconds left. Akers yet to inbound. Sam's got it. Magic win. The Magic win. The Magic win. 118-107. And look at Chuck Daly.